Hey guys, what's going on? BMcG here. We have war number 7 of season 37 here. We're going up path 7 again in section 1. This has been like a standard path I go to because this long shot here, Overseer, is a great option for. I think this is the third time I've taken it this season so far, based on where I'm at in these videos. I'm a bit late. I'm recording this about a week after this war had happened. But I think this is the second or third time I've fought this long shot. And it's definitely not going to be the last time I fight him because he's pretty commonly placed here for some reason. But the strategy, I'll say again for those who might not have watched the videos prior to this one, is Overseer places a special concussion debuff on the opponent after they throw their special attack. We want that to be consumed by Conflictor. Because that will shoot Longshot's power up, and as you guys can see here, we're already at 6 gamma power and we haven't even gained a bar of power ourselves, so it's just a huge help in ramping up Overseer. And I think I've gotten better at fighting this fight. The first time I did it, it was super sketchy. I had to combo him at a special 3, and that was what killed him. But I normally don't like pushing characters red in Alliance War. It just makes me nervous. So right here we activate Cosmic Mode, and now we have Longshot ready for a special 2. We just need him to drop it. He does. Doesn't matter. Overseer is immune to everything he does on that. Right there we do a block bait to see if he will throw a heavy attack at us, but he doesn't. He dashes back and then dashes back at us, so we can just intercept there. Not a big deal. That was super clean compared to the other times I've taken it. Next up, we have Vivified Kingpin, and this is pretty standard placement. I know in other battle groups that we have here, the guys use Hercules here, and he's great. I prefer Bishop because he, counters Kingpin specifically. And if you guys haven't noticed, I have Howard the Duck on my team, and that's because those two have a synergy together, Bishop and Howard the Duck. It allows Howard the Duck to remove prowess, so Howard is getting some use in this war. So yeah, I'm really excited to show you guys that. But this is definitely not my cleanest Kingpin takedown, but Bishop is only needed for this fight, so really not that big of a deal to lose some health and chip damage. But next up we have Galan on node 25. We are using Overseer here. This is prowess, build up unblockable, power snack, and then I cannot remember the other node off of the top of my head. So my idea here was that this is just a standard Galan, essentially, with power snack, which will ramp up Overseer a lot faster than normal. So right there you guys saw I ate a combo, which is not what I wanted to happen, obviously, because that gave him some of his harvest meter. I don't know what it's called, planetary mass I think is what it's called, and I really didn't want him to be at I didn't want him to be able to complete a harvest on me. That's not what I wanted to see. So right here we're waiting out this we're gonna wait out that power sting, but he throws a special one, completes the harvest, and that's kind of annoying. Now I'm trying to bait a heavy attack. I should just throw the special, but right here you guys will see what happens when you punish a heavy attack with your special 3. Keep an eye on the burst damage. It should be 20 something thousand if I remember correctly. No, it's 10,000. Can't remember why it wasn't as much, but yeah, now we just finished this fight off here. I'm not a fan of how sloppy it was, but this is the last fight we need Overseer for. It's not really that big of a deal. It just kind of sucks having sloppy fights. But next up we have Apocalypse here on prowess, build up unblockable. Can't remember the other nodes off the top of my head. It's basically just a prowess lane. So if you don't have someone who can remove prowess, Apocalypse will be unblockable here because he starts with 2 prowess from his abilities, and then he gets 1 from the node that increases special damage by I think 200%. But Howard the Duck removes the prowess and steals it for himself. I probably should have dropped a special 1 to utilize getting the prowess, but it's really not that big of a deal. So right here we drop special 2, and it's just going to be a nice little standard Howard fight. once Howard's at 20 armor, or once APOC is at 20 armor breaks, there's really no need to you know, keep spamming heavy attacks. So let's see what I do. I think I do keep spamming heavy attacks just because I like the animation a lot. I think it's funny. But it also deals quite a bit of damage. If the last hit crits, it can be pretty strong. So we're not gonna try to be fancy and dex a bunch of APOC specials. We're just gonna dex the last hit and, you know, play super safe. So APOC's pretty much done here. Beta heavy attack, let him throw it, and he's pretty much done. So Howard the Duck is awesome. I really wanted to use Warlock on this lane because he countered Storm X pretty well here, but I didn't want to have to deal with like completely unblockable Apocalypse, and I didn't know if they were running willpower or not. So Howard the Duck made sense. Couldn't use Nimrod because, well, I could have, because I could have just waited for this to be waited to take Storm until the boss was down. That way Conduit doesn't exist, but at the time, Howard made the most sense. Could also use Yondu probably. I think Howard's a better option with the Bishop synergy though than Yondu. So the whole plan here is just spam special 1 for the heal block, and that way I can freely knock her down and try to ramp up my armor breaks, and not have to worry about Conduit. Right there we take a little hit because my parry failed. I forgot about the node that puts the passive disorient on. It's not that big of a deal. And then we also want her getting to like certain bars of power so we can knock her down and steal her prowess. It didn't go exactly to plan, but I mean it's a smooth Howard fight. It's really not that big of a deal. He's just such a cool character. I love his animations. I love that he's in a mech suit. I think he's so cool. But yeah, this Storm is pretty much done here, and that's, I believe, my last fight of the war. So if you guys enjoyed this video, consider hitting like, consider subscribing. If you already subbed, you know I love you. And stay tuned for more war videos and maybe some Battleground streams. I'm trying to become a sweaty competitive player in MCOC. So yeah, see you guys for the next video stream. Peace out.